New tonight, we are now just weeks away from the election, and these days we know there is a lot of money in politics, but data shows fewer candidates here in Maine are accepting public funds or clean elections money. The goal of the Maine Clean Elections Act, passed by voters in the 90s, was to give more people the opportunity to run for office with funds from taxpayers instead of private contributions. News from Maine's Donovan Lynch joins us in the newsroom now with more on how this is all impacting this year's election cycle. Donovan, what can you tell us?
Zach, Maine really pioneered this campaign finance program. The goal from the start was to lower the barrier to entry for people wanting to run for office. If they then win, another hope is that they won't feel beholden to big private donors because, well, they wouldn't have any. This funding program is all optional, and tonight we're getting the first glimpse of how candidates are using the Maine Clean Election Act in the 2024 race for legislature.
Running clean gives you so many advantages.
When Anna Keller ran for state legislature, their campaign was paid for largely by taxpayers, not allowed to take most private contributions.
It really does make sure that you're reaching out to more people.
Keller ran as a Maine Clean Elections candidate, opting into a program passed by voters in the 90s that's now funding more than half the campaigns for legislature in the general election. That's according to new data from the Maine Ethics Commission, where Martha Currier serves as assistant director.
It's a pretty regular election cycle for us here in terms of participation.
But zoom out and the change is easy to see. This year, 56% of candidates for the State House and Senate are funded by the Maine Clean Election Act in the general election. That's slightly less than 2022 and far below the early 2000s, where 8 in 10 candidates opted for public funding. This dip came after a Supreme Court ruling limited how much money clean elections candidates could receive in relation to their opponents. But political scientist James Melcher notes that's not all that's shifted.
The percentage of Republicans who've taken it has dropped slightly.
Though many Republicans are funded through the program, some view it as a misuse of tax funds that only benefits the candidates themselves. One party official pointed to the millions of dollars from the Maine Clean Election Act that's gone towards campaign mail and lawn signs.
Some Republicans call this welfare for politicians.
But although participation in the program has cracked along party lines, supporters are still praising an idea they say has allowed more people to seek public office.
It's been a really remarkable success that we've had this program consistently for so long.
Important to note here, Zach, the Maine Clean Election Act is just for races for legislature and governor. A Jared Golden, an Austin Terrio, for example, wouldn't be able to take advantage of the program in their congressional race. Advocates, however, say they want the funding to expand to contests for district attorney and other county officials.
All right, Donovan Lynch live in the newsroom tonight. Thank you.